In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Shelach, we find the story of the sin of the spies. The Jewish people sent 12 spies to observe the land of Israel, and they came back, and 10 of them reported that the land was extremely fortified with very powerfully built people, and they determined that it will be impossible for the Jewish people to conquer the lands. We know that this was a great avera, a great sin. The ensuing story tells us that these people were punished. But the question is, what did they do that was wrong? They told the absolute truth. The land was extremely fortified, inhabited by strong people. What was so wrong about telling the truth? And the commentaries answer, it's true, they told the truth. The facts were absolutely right, but it was their conclusion that was wrong. Their conclusion was, Lo nuchal la-los ki chazaku mimenu. We cannot go up there because they are too strong for us. That was their own subjective conclusion, and that was false. If Hashem wanted, of course they could conquer the lands. This is a very important lesson for us to utilize in our relationship with other people. Very often we may have the facts absolutely right, but it's our conclusion that may be faulty. For example, just a personal story. I was once at a show. I saw a new person. I went over to them and said hello. They were very evasive. They weren't very friendly. They didn't want to talk. And my initial reaction was, this person's not a friendly person. But then I hesitated and I realized, no, perhaps he's just shy. Perhaps he's just not. He's socially awkward, right? The facts are right. He wasn't friendly. He wasn't warm. But my conclusion shouldn't have been he's not friendly. But perhaps there are other considerations. I recently purchased a book from a bookstore. I purchased it over the phone, and then I called the store a few weeks later, and I asked them why my book never came. And the woman was the woman on the phone who owned the store was very, very curt, wasn't friendly, was very businesslike. And when I hung up, my wife turned to me and said, "What's wrong?" And I said, they weren't friendly with her. They were very, very unfriendly, very poor customer service. And she says, "That's strange. When I was there, when I went to the store recently, they were so helpful. The woman was so helpful. She was so eager to help." It's very possible that my facts were right, but my conclusion was wrong. Perhaps she was busy, perhaps she was distracted, or whatever it was. This is an important lesson for us to keep in mind when we relate to people. We may have the facts right, but don't jump to conclusions. This is surely a lesson that we are observing today in the international media uproar with the Gaza flotilla debacle. The facts are right. 9 people on the boat were killed. 9 people on a boat carrying aid to the people of Gaza were killed. International media is reporting that how Israel conducted this savage raid on innocent civilians who are trying to deliver humanitarian aid. That conclusion is wrong. We know it was a premeditated attack trying to provoke and embarrass Israel. The facts are right. But we have to be careful to make the proper conclusions. And we all take this lesson from the parsha, to not jump to conclusions and to look at the facts, but make the correct conclusions. And we all have a wonderful Shabbat.
One flame together.